And we are back here to continue Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened. And, things are sort of starting to happen, to put it lightly. We arrived in New Orleans, in the United States, the end of the last episode. And we are going to continue from there, but first, before we start our adventures in the United States, let's do a short recap of the events so far, or at least the ones that are most relevant. For now, there is no longer any pretense as to whether there appear to be supernatural events or something similar going on. We started out with there sort of being unclear what was really happening, whether it was just a simple kidnapping and some sort of psychological malpractice that was at the base of the event, but now there is sort of no doubt that there is something related to Cthulhu or similar mythos related happenings, and to sort of list what we know. Apparently there is a person who goes by the name, or rather the signature R, letter R, who is based in the United States, possibly in New Orleans or the area close to New Orleans, who is well, what he's doing is not clear, but it appears to be related to things that happen in another dimension, or traveling to another dimension, or the worship of beings in some sort of different universe. It seems like this our individual has had a sort of working arrangement with Professor Gygax of the Black Lotus Institute in Switzerland, where possibly Gygax provided this R person with gems of high value, and it's still unclear where she got these gems from. And this R person, with the help of R person that signs his telegram with A, the letter A, ships what is referred to as chosen ones to Switzerland, where they were being drugged and, well, I guess brainwashed and trained in some kind of chant related to Cthulhu or some other being, and it appeared that they were being trained or guided by some kind of individual who was provided by this R individual for the purpose of creating, well, it's not exactly certain what they were creating, but at least these chosen ones were supposed to have some sort of role, it seems, in whatever ploy this R person is working on. And these chosen ones appear to be the kidnapped victims, which were possibly chosen for It's not exactly clear what the criteria were, but possibly people that were thought to be mad or in some other way very different from your average person. And these individuals were then apparently kidnapped and with the aid of this A individual shipped to Switzerland, where they, as I noted, underwent some sort of brainwashing or training procedure, and what happened to them after that is also unclear, but as this R person notes in one of these messages, it seems like when these people are in a trance state, desired trance state, then, as he says, we will be an inch closer to the universe beyond, whatever that means. Possibly they are trying to open some sort of gate, or they are trying to worship some sort of creature, we don't know yet. But, well, there won't be any more chosen ones that will be put through this procedure in Switzerland, at least, because Professor Gygax, the director of this sane asylum in Switzerland, appears to have been murdered by most likely one of her patients. So that's that chapter has ended, and our clues, our information we have gathered so far has led us to New Orleans, where the bank that Gygax and this R person has been using to at least exchange these gems that I noted for money is located. So we are now at the point where Dr. Watson and Sherlock Holmes has traveled all the way to New Orleans, and they are going to examine, or at least try to find out if they can find out more about this R&A person from talking to someone at the bank. And as it relates to sort of earlier events from earlier episodes, this A person, who is evidently working for this R person, could possibly be this Dirty Summers, who was in London and is likely responsible for the kidnappings there. Or Dirty Summers could simply be another servant of R, but who's located in London, and this R.A. person is located in New Orleans. We will have to see. And yes, I think that's the most important part of what we have learned so far. It seems like Sherlock Holmes is sort of having to confront what appears to be events of supernatural nature, and well, he's starting to look a little bit tired, as one would expect from someone whose sanity, I guess, is being somewhat strained. But yes, we will have to see how it goes, and the only way to find out is by actually continuing where we left off last time. So let's watch. Okay, so moved a little bit since last time, it looks like. New Orleans Port. Now where's the boat? Over here perhaps? Let's start down by the ship where we got off last time, and then work our way. Okay, so it's quite a large area. I guess we'll have to look around, and okay, here we have Watson and this somewhat careless baggage hand. But first, before we start doing things, let's have a look at our inventory. I think we are supposed to have some new clothes, but okay, we are not supposed to change our clothes here either. Well, let's. I wonder why they have added this this functionality for changing clothes, but so far it's only been in the first era where we actually could do that, so perhaps we'll be able to do it again later. But perhaps we can actually do this one now. It seemed like it from this indication that this node had. Who is the jeweler seller A? And okay, here we have nothing so far, so it's too early to start looking at that. And here we have various different things. Banking house of E.W. Gray. Pieces of evidence are leading to New Orleans. Seems that the kidnappers are using the services of the banking house E.W. Gray to sell gems. And this looks like something that's supposed to be pinned, so let's do that. And okay, let's start looking around and see what we can find.
It's fine, it's fine. I'll just put everything back. Where are the socks? These, handcuffs. Are they yours? Oh, this never happens to me, sir. Honest, ask anyone. I'll get this sorted, don't worry. No need to bring the boss into it.
Ah, not an auspicious start, is it? Never mind, I'll handle it. You go on ahead. How embarrassing to have one's possessions laid bare for all to see, not to mention our unmentionables.
Okay, he doesn't seem to be in any hurry to pick up any of our luggage, but I guess that's to be expected. Okay, here we have something. Bank catching eyes with gemstone auction. Well, this is a coincidence now, isn't it? The bank holds an auction. The banking house of E.W. Gray will be hosting a closed auction of black opals. The bank doesn't disclose the origin of the rare stones. However, the bank clerk, Mrs. Zoe Clemens, has confirmed the authenticity of each stone. Well, that's interesting. Black opals. I'm curious about the what kind of stones it actually is. It's sort of tempting to assume that it's not simply stones that have come from some sort of hole in the ground.
Excuse me, just one question.
You're a good sort. I'll help you. Listen closely.
Banking house of E.W. Gray. The bank can be found on the street up from the port on the left side of the Harbormaster building opposite Chinatown. Okay, so it seems like they will be doing quite a lot of walking here. Okay, now this has collapsed, so I guess there's less to do with this one now. Perhaps we can remove this one.
Hello, doggy.
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray. Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
It's evident that this auction is at least important part of what is going to happen next. So perhaps we'll be able to find out the nature of those stones. So yeah, I'm sort of tempted to think that they're sort of connected to whatever sort of unnatural experiments were being done by this Professor Gygax person. So let's see now. Is something we can pick up? No. Here we have a boat. Nymph of Louisiana. Is this? It's a saloon. Okay. Just continue to walk around, trying to see if there's anything of interest here. So I'm curious as to what we are going to see in this location. I assume we are going somewhere else later, but there must be something that's happening here also. So we at least know there's this auction, and since apparently it hasn't been held yet, I'm going to guess that we will be attending that auction in some kind of way, which I assume would be a way to see who's buying these gems and who's well, not perhaps who's selling them, but at least who's the buyer, and maybe there will be some more information about the nature of the stones. And since it's a closed auction, I guess it will be interesting to see what kind of customers are there. Okay, so we have this saloon. Let's see if we can enter here.
Where you at, gentlemen? Here to enjoy yourselves? Come on, don't be shy. We have something for everyone.
Well, let's try to enter then. Okay, I guess we can't enter here now. She's sort of blocking the way.
Why not start with a drink and see where things take you?
Well, perhaps later.
My girls don't talk. Your wives will never know.
I guess this is somewhere we'll be going later. Okay, we have. Is there any way further on from here? Nothing here. Okay, so we're gonna have to go back. So then we're at least finished with this area, this part of the area. Okay, some news here. They're supposed to be promoting an auction at the banking house of E.W. Gray that will sell black opals. Yes. Try to explore the map a little bit before we go to the bank. Not a very busy port now, is it? Everybody seems to take everything sort of a very calm pace, no hurried activities or anything like that. Everybody's just standing around waiting for something to happen, perhaps. So yeah, we have I guess this is just background sort of objects, not really relevant. But we will go around and see if we can find something anyway. So, we will have actually the auction in this location, and yeah, I guess we'll have to see if there's something more interesting that will happen. These earlier locations we have been at have had some kind of side quest. We have investigated people gone missing, children gone missing, or some murders, such as at the asylum. There was a mass murderer who was going around killing patients. So I would assume there's something similar here. But could it be something else also? Could be some kind of murder or something like that. Let's see. The New Orleans link, the New Orleans star. Here we might be having something. New Orleans port. Newsstand. Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, nothing. And this is New Orleans Union Station. Ah, hello. Here we have a little kitty cat. Hello. So this we have a wagon here. I guess this could be what we will be using when we possibly travel on later when we have finished with this area. Hello, horsey. Yes. I don't have any food for you, no. Can we enter the Union Station, perhaps? Perhaps we can talk to some of the people here. Well, not her at least. Closed. I don't think we have anything to ask about at the moment either. So let's try to just see if there is anyone here that is interested in talking to us. So far, that doesn't seem to be the case. Everybody's just standing around. Okay, so I think that covers most of the station area. Okay, Harbour Master's office. So we've been here and here, and it looks like this is the end of this part of the map. But let's just examine everything just in case. Yes, I see. Are you bored? Yes, nothing to do. Just standing here all day. Yes, nothing here either. And the bridge is drawn, so you won't be able to cross it, I guess. No. Here we have a river. It's not a bad view, I think. Nice looking town. I haven't been to New Orleans, present day New Orleans, so I don't know how this historical recreation compares to the real thing as it's looking today, or as it was looking, I don't know, 10-20 years ago. From what I understand, it at least used to be somewhat partially unchanged part of the United States, just a town with some older areas and buildings. That might no longer be the case, but at least we are able to visit this historical recreation of the...
Got a spot in mind.
Well,
Actually, I'm not sure
no,
yet.
I'm not sure yet. Okay, so this is the person we will be traveling with when we are ready to move on, I guess. Nothing written there. Okay, and then we have Station Master's office, I think this was. We have another horse. Yes, nothing, no food for you. I guess that's why you're a little bit upset. Horse looked a little bit upset. And it's quite early in the morning. Is that supposed to be... I'm not sure what time that's supposed to be. 7:15, perhaps, maybe. Hello, lady. Do you want to talk to me? No. And here we have the New Orleans Police Department. I wonder if we will be talking to them at some point. Has the reputation of Sherlock Holmes preceded him also to this part of the world, perhaps? If we get opportunity to talk to some of the representatives of the law in this location, I guess we will find out. Yeah, one more horsey. And this is pawn shop. Oh, that could be interesting. Basil Rathbone Tobacco. Try Rathbone. Okay. Should we? Okay, I guess we can go. Okay, so this is the last part of this. Part of the map. So let's just walk down this street also and see what we can find. Well, hasn't been anything of note so far. There was some mention of Chinatown. And, okay, there we have Chinatown. Which is interesting.
Mr. Frank Barnaby, right? Auction's about to start.
Okay, this was not what I wanted, but okay. Let's just examine this person. See what else we can find. Hidden tabloid newspaper. Hidden tabloid newspaper. Okay, so he's Reading a tabloid newspaper while pretending to read a book. Okay. And we have well, this is new. Now we didn't have a number on the top of here, this bar here, so I guess this is supposed to be some sort of increase in difficulty level or something, perhaps, maybe. The guard at the bank is a real character, storing a sandwich in his pocket to save time while reading Abe Lincoln Alive makes him a critical thinker who opposes everything, even the truth. Mythopia is a result of constant reading to the detriment of one's health. Alternatively, the guard at the bank is a real character, storing a sandwich in his pocket while reading Abe Lincoln Live makes the guard a paranoid fool with bad taste. Beside the man has myopia. I don't know. Critical thinker seems to be very sort of flimsy basis for claiming that. Let's go with this one. Bank guard. The guard at the bank is a real character, storing a sandwich in his pocket while reading Abe Lincoln Live makes the guard a paranoid fool with bad taste. Besides, the man has myopia. Okay, what do we choose here? And I guess we'll just go with this one. No point in lying at this point, since we don't even know who this Frank Barnaby character is.
You have me mistaken, sir. My name...
If you ain't Frank Barnaby, you ain't coming in.
Listen, the fate of many lives is at stake.
I'm sure it is.
So, not going to let me in then?
No name, no invitation, no entry.
Better to
Holmes,
apply some sort of disguise or something before you pretend to be somebody else, I think. Fine gems and auctions, sale, black opals, banking house of Evie Gray. Come inside by invitation only.
any luck?
None. They're holding an auction, invitation only. The good news is, I know who might have one. We need to find Mr. Barnaby.
Who?
Frank Barnaby, most likely a local.
And you think Mr. Barnaby will be happy to share his invitation?
Let us first find him, then we can see if he is the generous type.
Yes. Let's continue to search this area. Yes, now we have Watson tagging along also. St. Louis Cathedral porch. So this is the port then, presumably. It doesn't look like we'll be going anywhere with this cart. Draken the Grim Reaper. Wanted Draken the Grim Reaper for necromancy, kidnapping, and attempted murder. Reward $200 and the sheriff's personal gratitude. And, well, now this is interesting now, isn't it? So we have, normally you would expect this to be some sort of loon, but, under the circumstances, this could be somebody who is actually connected to the case we're working on. Necromancy, well, that certainly would fit. Kidnapping, without a doubt. Attempted murder, yes, I assume so. This could also, of course, be a side quest.
Look, Watson, what have we here? A local crime star.
A star? You have a strange way with words. Frankly, we have more pressing matters.
I'm not going after these troublemakers, but the posters will add nicely to my collection of criminal profiles. I read a study that suggests facial features can determine a person's tendency towards cruelty or deviant behavior.
Well, you can't stop progress.
The side quest then, I guess. She didn't want to talk.
America, Holmes. I never thought I should be so lucky as to visit. Truly, a change of scenery does wonders for one's constitution. I feel invigorated.
Area Chinatown. Let's skip it for now. And go through the rest of this part of the map first.
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray. Looks like someone's nightmare.
Another one of these jolly paintings. I guess whoever painted the...
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
The person who painted these paintings we saw in London and Switzerland is perhaps based here. No, perhaps it's just a coincidence. We might never be able to know.
Yeah, just I really didn't want anyone to do it again.
And this possibly an alternative way into. Okay. We now found something. The Wet Bandit, Donald Wet Bandit Miklo. For assaulting relatives with a raw chicken. Reward $5 and a pair of shoes. Okay, so now we're more into the sort of colorful part of New Orleans. This one is somebody we can ask about. So let's do that.
Could you help me?
You're a good sort. I'll help you. Listen closely.
The locals say that he owns a shop in Chinatown called Barnaby's Hidden Gems. Well,
Do you know anything about this?
You better ask someone else
that
about that.
was very quick. I guess that's the way to treat these tagged items. Just tag them and then you go ask somebody and possibly very quickly we will have a response, which is certainly convenient to know. Okay, is there anything here perhaps? We have this building. Let's take this one when we have finished exploring this area. London route to the Isle of Golanza. East, a fast turbine steamer. The wonderful two-headed girl, perhaps?
The people here in New Orleans seem particularly friendly, don't you think?
Perhaps, I don't know.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Well, if nothing else, at least the horse has lost all ability to stand, being deprived of food, poor thing. So at least Watson is no longer talking about meat pie, and I guess that's an improvement. Maybe we also have a poster. Brian the Impaler Matuki wanted Brian the Impaler Matuki for the dismemberment of 13 people. Reward $10,000. Okay, so this is more sort of post collectathon then, so not necessarily cases that we will be able to solve. Which is fine, I guess. It should at least be fairly simple to
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
see from a distance where there is a poster. So that shouldn't be too difficult. So let's see now. There was nothing there. There's possibly something in this building here. And there was nothing over at the Union Station there. So, look for missing Sun Tao is 34, last seen in Chinatown.
Our ship leaves tomorrow morning. No room for sightseeing
That's
then.
interesting. Missing person poster, missing. Sir, contact New Orleans Sheriff's Department. Okay, there are lots of missing. Okay, so now we see a sort of pattern here, don't we? All these people have gone missing, and well, it certainly seems likely that these people have been deemed to be the chosen ones and have been shipped off to Switzerland.
More people missing here too.
Well, I guess this A person who is possibly operating out of New Orleans has been kidnapping people in the New Orleans area for sort of shipment to Switzerland, and whatever sort of treatment they underwent there. So now we are here, I guess, so almost finished with this part of the map. Bananas.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
And is there something interesting here then? Possibly not, but let's just be thorough and check everywhere.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Well, we have to search first.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
So let's go over also the last piece of the map here. I think we are sort of.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
To the end now, and this is Chinatown, and this is something else. Okay, this looks like it could perhaps have been interesting, but yeah. Hello, we have another kitty. Yes, hello. No, I wasn't able to find anything here, and still have a little bit of unsearched area left. This is nothing interesting, it seems. Some sort of factory or storage area.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Why don't you go ahead, Watson? This final stretch of the harbor area. New repair and tailoring.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Yes, we do.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Here, perhaps have something. Giddy Gator Bar. Okay, but that's down here. We'll leave that for when we have examined this remaining part of the map. And a little chicken. There we are. Somebody is resting on the ground. Fisherman's Quarter. Okay, so that's this part of the map. Okay, let's leave this one for now. Just make sure we've been everywhere. Another poster. Ryan Gazebo Kelly. Wanted dead alive for stealing an overcoat, a pair of socks, and a boot. Reward a lifetime supply of beer. There some really hardened criminals in the New Orleans area, I understand. And what about the other side of this building? Can we go through here? No. I think that's the last part of it. Okay, so now we're more or less finished this area, but we have to go to the Harbour Master's office because I haven't been there yet. So let's do that and see what the Harbour Master has to say. That will be this building, New Orleans Port, Harbour Master's office. I don't think there's necessarily anything directly related to the port we are looking for, but
we better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
We have to check anyway. Okay, there's nothing here either, so we actually can't enter this building either. Well, that's some sort of a disappointment, I guess. So it's not so much that this Harbour Master's building was interesting, but more that the area was named for this building being located here then, I guess. Let's make it enter here, but no, it doesn't appear to be the case. Okay, so now
we better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
I guess we have exhausted this part also. It's strange that we can't enter here, and it's marked on the map and everything. Okay, so this is was actually the bank. So now we have this area, and this area, and since it seems likely that we are meant to go to this area first, we'll start over here. The Fisherman's Quarter. And pianos and organs. Let's just do a little bit extra search over here, just for entirely certain.
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
Entirely certain that you haven't missed anything. This is nothing here either. Let's see now. This everything on opposite side of the stream. There's a fisherman's area, so let's search it. And okay, let's start over here. And well, is there likely to be anything very strange and supernatural and suspicious in this part of the map? I guess New Orleans has a sort of reputation for being maybe have it's an alligator perhaps, for being a sort of area where there are strange goings-ons. At least that's my recollection. So it's maybe not
We better get moving if we want to get to that
maybe not
auction.
impossible that they have put some sort of strange activity also.
We better get moving if we want to get to
Also
that
in
auction.
this part of the map, but I guess we'll have to search around to find out.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Well, nothing exciting so far.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
So we can go a little bit further. This area is blocked off. And I'll try to avoid jumping into the water. That didn't go very well when we were at London docks area.
Yeah, I don't know. Just go.
What's he doing?
We better get moving if we want to get to that
Yes.
auction.
Technically we are moving. Just not moving in the direction I guess you want us to be moving. Nothing here. Ah, okay, there we have a poster. Liam Sunshine Clayton. Wanted Liam Sunshine Clayton for mass poisoning during the Christmas soiree. Reward $600 and Congressional Gold Medal. That's a sort of more serious crime and some of the others that we've seen so far. Nothing very interesting in this part of the map so far. I guess we could be a little early. Another one. Jennifer Black Widow Pritchett. Wanted Jennifer Black Widow Pritchett for baking and selling pies with human meat. Reward $800. That's not very nice, now is it? Human meat pie. I don't think that sounds very appetizing.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Yeah, if we come back later, perhaps there's more interesting here. Is this pig? Okay, it's not dead, it's just resting a little bit. That's good then. So there's evidently some sort of different animation states for these animals. So the horses sometimes lie down on the ground, and this pig evidently does the same thing. Okay, that's all of it, I think. There was a church or something further down. Ah, now he's resting again. Let's see if we can't The church seems like it could be a place where there's something interesting going on. And here we are, another pig. A lot of animals in 1880s New Orleans, I see. Let's try to go from this side of the road. I don't think we examined everything here. Perhaps there's another entrance also to the church area. I don't think we tried to enter here, but
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
so nothing here, it seems. This area is perhaps blocked. Seems like it's a carriage in front of it. But yeah, this might be somewhere. This might be somewhere we can go later on. Now we have this also named. So it seems like there was actually nothing interesting that we came across in this part of the map. We did find some posters though, so it wasn't all wasted, but oh, then we check the Creole area next. I think there was a passage down here. Giddy Gator Bar.
This place. There's a Spartan charm, does it not?
It does. My soul will always yearn for London's gloom, but it reminds me of Cordona in a nice way.
Cordona, okay.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction. We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Is there something interesting?
We better
here?
get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Some garbage. Possibly there's a bar here somewhere at least. We might be able to enter.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Yeah, okay, here it is. Giddy Gator Bar. Perhaps you can talk to the...
We better get moving if we want to get to that
Perhaps you
auction.
can talk to the person responsible for this bar. If he or she is here at the moment. And another poster. Oh, nice. Rafa Ixa Tuxu Ahronte. Wanted Rafa Ixa Tuxu Ahronte. For conspire to commit tax fraud via necromancy. Reward 10 acres of land and a farm. So, more necromancy, and then I guess the question becomes if
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
necromancy is a sort of catch-all phrase for... Here we have this one.
We better get moving if we want to get to that
Similar
auction.
sign on the ground in London also. So remains to be seen if necromancy is simply sort of catch-all phrase for suspicious activities, and not necessarily actual necromancy, but I don't know. Nothing interesting at the bar at the moment, at least. this is the church. What's he doing? Try to go up there and then move further into this Creole quarter. Okay, nothing in there either. Okay, let's sit over here.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Here, the road also ends. But we haven't been along this street yet, I think, so let's examine it. Okay, here we have the Chinese quarter, so then we only have this street left before we go to the Chinese quarter, where I presume we will be able to continue our story. Somebody's been playing cards. Okay. What's going on here then?
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction. We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
This is this where we originally entered? I guess so. Just walk down this.
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
One more time. Okay, so we came through here then. Let's continue up this part of the road. And then do this part of this road and then move into the Chinese quarter. Hello, kitty. For sale or lease? Yes. Hello. Another poster. Tamik Sweet Roll Judicator. Wanted Tamik Sweet Roll Judicator for stealing 20 oranges and a packet of nuts. Reward 3 fine horses. So, it doesn't sound like it's used a great...
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
All criminals are criminal masterminds, it seems. Gun store. Have we checked everything now? Okay, let's go into the Chinatown. See what we can find.
How marvelous, Holmes. A city within a city.
Indeed, those lanterns are delightful. It is as though we have been transported to the Orient itself.
And,
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
I think we should be able to find what we need to get to the auction in this part of the town. There was this gem store, wasn't it? And there's also this comment on the Steam forums about Chinese characters here using simplified kanji. And I guess that's what we are seeing on some of the signs there. And well, okay, I guess the developers can be excused for that, since they are probably not native Chinese and just used commercial font or something to paint the signs. Stan Lord Smith wanted for piracy. Okay, a pirate. Reward as much gold as the wanted weighs. Okay, well, that certainly sounds like somebody it would be worth trying to catch. Yes, so simplified characters. Really nice atmosphere here in Chinatown. I don't know if the real New Orleans has a Chinatown today, but I guess that's
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
possible. It will be nice to have some dim sum. It's a good Chinese restaurant. Yes. So, not very much going on here. Yes, apart from this jeweler or whatever,
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
there's not much interesting. Chinese cuisine. Unfortunately, can't enter there. This is can't read the English text there.
Black opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
Okay, so now we're
We better get moving if we want to get to that
almost
auction.
been to
We better get moving if we want to get to that
Black
auction.
opals being auctioned at the banking house of E.W. Gray.
almost been to all of Chinatown also. I still haven't seen this place we are looking
We
for.
better get moving if we want to get to that
Perhaps we
auction.
need to no. Doesn't seem to be anything we can pin. So we found a lot of posters, but not much else of interest. Okay, we haven't been down here yet.
We better get
Sushi
moving if we
perhaps,
want to
even
get
if
to
that's
that
not
auction.
Chinese cuisine. Meow. Blackwood Marsh Fish Canning Factory. The Kiss of the Sea. Well, now this... Doesn't this look sort of mythos related? I wonder if we are going to Innsmouth or some similar suspicious place after this. Okay.
Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Damn, he at it again. Barnaby still owes you. If he can't pay in greenbacks, he'll pay in blood.
Interesting.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm bone tired, but yeah, I'll help you.
Mr. Frank Barnaby. Two gentlemen say that Barnaby owes them money. He's a known alcoholic and is currently getting drunk at a local bar called the Giddy Gator in the Creole Quarter. He can be recognized by a yellow hat and green jacket. Well, that
Is this familiar to you?
Don't remind me of it.
No longer need to pin that one. Lots of posters. Getting 10 of them will be quite enough to improve Sherlock's collection of criminal profiles. Okay, so how many do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're missing one poster.
Someone else might help you better, sir.
Where could the last poster be?
We better get moving if we want to get to that auction.
Locked. No one's here. Locked. No one's here. Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
Well, if he's an alcoholic who owes people money,
Rather unassuming for a jewelry store.
perhaps there's a way to get him to give us his invitation for the auction. And I think we've been everywhere, but since we're still missing a poster, I guess not. Do a little bit extra walking before we try to find Mr. Barnaby, just to make sure we have all the posters. So there's only one left. It's hopefully not too difficult to find. Let's assume that we have checked everywhere, so that we just try to walk quickly along and find the poster. Banking House of E.W. Gray. So, without a doubt, this is the place. And now we just need the poster. That it? No. Seems perhaps more likely that it's in the Creole or Chinatown area, but let's just check here first, just in case. Yeah, I don't expect there to be any store-related need for finding these posters, but perhaps we'll get a nice achievement out of finding the last one. And it's sort of interesting detail about achievements in this game. Here we have it. Wonderful. Pani Sirgane. We can feed everyone. And what it says? Taiyaki. Harald the Dr. Gausala. Wanted Harald the Dr. Gausala for breaking into jail to socialize with cohorts and colleagues. Reward $10 and a fine hat.
This will be enough for my collection.
As long as you don't hang those ugly faces up at Baker Street.
So, more clothes we can't change into. Something here. Ah, now we got rid of all of these. And yes, that was everything, I think. Yes, as I was sort of starting to say, interesting detail about these achievements for this game. It seems like completion numbers are sort of unexpectedly high, at least for achievements that I have gotten so far. I think achievement for completing the previous chapter part of the game, the Switzerland asylum part of the story. I think that one was over 50%. So 50% of those that have started the game. I'm not sure if you need to have any achievements to get counted, but possibly 50% of those that have started the game have actually been able to complete the first 3 chapters, and it's not too shabby. Reflects well on the game when you have a fairly high rate of people progressing. I don't know how many chapters there are, so I'll have to see how this number falls off for the later chapters. But so far, I guess the game hasn't been extremely difficult, and if you also play it on not so severe difficulty level, then it's perhaps easy to progress in the story. It's been interesting so far.
Barnaby, unconscious but with his eyes open. Look, Watson, the two of you are just alike.
Oh, great. So I look like a haggard
So
alcoholic.
that's what we are supposed to do. Watson is supposed to pretend to be Barnaby then. Invitation to the auction. Mr. Barnaby, the banking house of E.W. Gray, invites you to participate in a closed auction. We are pleased to present a selection of rare and extraordinary black opals for sale. Please contact our employee to receive more information. We strongly urge you to wear the cleanest suit you have and be sober. One more unacceptable incident and we will exclude you from our list of buyers.
Eureka!
What have you got?
An idea. First, we'll need Mr. Barnaby's clothes.
Holmes.
Watson, time is of the essence. You will go to the bank, not as yourself, but as Frank Barnaby.
Holmes, we look nothing alike.
The hat and coat will do the heavy lifting. Just stay cool, play the part, and no one will notice the difference. Trust me.
Holmes, must we really indulge in this farce?
It worked in Switzerland, didn't it?
Sure, if you redefine the word worked.
A very snappy-looking dresser, Mr. Barnaby. Well, that sort of explains why we couldn't change clothes in this part of the game, at least. I presume. So, this Watson is sort of meant to have this suit of clothes when he goes to the auction. And I wonder what...
Where's my cash, Frank? In the bartender's tip jar?
Okay, well, this is amusing. Let's go and have a look at what happens if we go to talk to these other two gentlemen. Yeah. Oh, they're gone. Well, that was unfortunate. It could have been some amusing comments from them when he walked past. What about these two? Nope. So, I guess we go to the auction. What will happen there?
Where's the money, Barnaby?
Can we
I'll wait here so as not to arouse suspicion.
Okay, so we go alone.
Mr. Barnaby.
Right you are. Shop owner.
Right. Your invitation, sir?
Here you go.
You okay, sir? Seem to have the jumps.
I'm in a rush.
Come on in.
Is there something else we can do before we enter? I guess not.
Ain't you in a rush?
And this is the bank.
Heavens, I never seen gems so big.
I simply must have them.
They're so black, it's like they absorb light. Rather hypnotic.
Okay, so there is something suspicious about these gems, as we suspected.
This might be useful, I'll make a note.
Plaque with philanthropists. The banking house of E.W. Gray thanks its fine philanthropists. Okay, so now we have some possible leads to Mr. A person, or rather Mr. R person. So we have R. Carter, Armitage, Arneson, Atkinson, lots of people in A. And, well, only one with an R. So this certainly seems like a possible candidate for the sort of likely evil mastermind that's operating here. Black opal, origin Australia, weight 40 carats. Very stone, believed to be a piece of a shattered space rock that fell to Earth. Interesting. Okay, so this is
Morning, sir, and welcome to the E.W. Gray Banking House. The auction will begin shortly. Name's Zoe Clemens, and I'd be delighted to help you.
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Clemens. I am Frank Barnaby. I do have some questions, if you don't mind.
about the previous owner. This is previous owner of the okay, this previous owner of the gems. Let's start with this one. What's so special about these stones?
These gems are rather curious. What can you tell me about them?
These rare beauties are black opals, all the way from Coober Pedy, South Australia. When they catch the light, the dark stone becomes a brilliant rainbow. It's something special.
Forgive my curiosity, but who was the previous owner?
Sir, I ain't at liberty to disclose them details.
It doesn't say where these stones came from, no provenance, no previous owner. I'm starting to suspect they were illegally procured.
What? We would never. I can assure you these gems were bought from one of New Orleans' most upstanding citizens, a philanthropist no less. If you would like to know more, I could get my manager.
You old dog, Barnaby. Didn't think you'd sober up for the auction. An hour ago, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, you know, I hold my liquor better than most. And the auction was an important business opportunity.
An important business opportunity. Ha! What have you done with the real Barnaby?
Well, maybe I'm drunker than I thought, mister.
Mister? What's wrong, Frank? You're looking pale. Don't you recognize your old pal, Grub?
Well, this is sort of awkward, isn't it? again, no, there's no indication how many details there are to find here, at least not numbered. Luxurious textile, cares for appearance. Golden revolver champion, proud opposer. Position of power, so he's a sheriff, and fashionable or hates getting dirty. Sheriff Grove is actually a barking, toothless dog. The man attempts to make the impression that he's an important figure in the life of New Orleans. However, he's just a small cog in the governmental machine. In fact, the sheriff feels so uncomfortable and displeased with his role that he tries to compensate with ridiculous tournaments, fashion looks, and threatening behavior. Alternatively, Sheriff Grove is the law in New Orleans. He is fairly eccentric, looking after his nails, appearance, and image. However, it's just a cover for his true nature as a remorseless and highly powerful individual in the local community, who uses his image to distract and disguise his true nature. Well, this is sort of two very opposite alternatives. He cares for his appearance. I'm going to go with this one, toothless dog. It sort of seems little bit too over the top for being fake front, I think. So we'll go with this one.
Sorry, Sheriff, but I don't have time for this.
Now, Frank, when I'm talking to you, everything else waits. If I want to talk, you talk. If I say jump, you say off which pier. Do we understand each other?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, while I have you, there's the matter of your outstanding fines. I've been more than reasonable, but I'm afraid the bills come due.
Fines? Right. I'm afraid I don't have anything on me.
That's funny. Ain't you at the auction? I weren't born yesterday, Frank. Now, assault, battery, disorderly conduct, that's serious stuff. You got off easy, but if you don't pay up, things get a whole lot worse.
Look, Sheriff, I'm not actually...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Think careful now, 'cause Frank Barnaby only owes us cash. But fraud, impersonation, that's weasel behavior. And you know what we do to weasels round these parts. Feed 'em to the gators. So, Frank, what's it gonna be?
Here's all I have.
Mighty fine of you. The people of this parish deserve peace. They don't take kindly to visitors. Don't miss that boat tomorrow morning, Doctor.
So he saw right through our disguise. Well, no matter. So I don't know. Perhaps these gems are actually taken from that dimension where Holmes traveled through a couple of times earlier in the game. That would sort of explain the sort of extraterrestrial nature, if that's actually true. And well, it seems like we have been through everything that's available in this location.
Mr. Barnaby, were you wanting to submit a bid?
No, thanks.
The auction will close in 30 minutes. I believe we now have offers on every gem.
Let's have a look here. Meeting the sheriff. The local sheriff saw through Barnaby's disguise. He insisted on us leaving New Orleans tomorrow morning. At least there's a positive consequence of such a failure. There's no sense in wearing Barnaby's silly and smelly outfit anymore. It's time to go back to the boat and change chain there so as to avoid Barnaby's legacy. So we go back to the boat. And we have this corrupt cop. And we have this list of philanthropists, which is hopefully all we need to be able to progress in the game. So let's leave here. And meet up with Sherlock.
I told you, Holmes. I told you it was a bad plan. Now we're penniless and wanted criminals.
Hysteria gets us nowhere, Watson. Tell me what happened.
The sheriff saw right through me. He knew who I was from the start. Extorted me for every coin I had.
Bah, all that matters is what you learned about the gems.
I shan't discuss it while still wearing that blighter's clothes. I'm going back to the boat to get changed.
You know, I think the look actually compliments you. Why bother changing it?
Sure. And is there likely to be something we can do while we're still dressed as Watson? I guess we could walk around a little bit. But most likely not. So let's just go back to the boat and see what happens there. Possibly we are going to some different location. That has been the case so far in the game, hasn't it? But still, we don't have any clues for anything that's outside of this area. So I guess we'll be back after a quick change of clothes. Okay, let's try to go down to the boat on the right side. That could be amusing. There was this lady at the entrance there. Was willing to talk a little bit, so perhaps she has some amusing words about Mr. Barnaby. And now she has actually moved enough for us to be able to enter now, hasn't she? Very good.
Always a pleasure to see you regular, Mr. Barnaby. Welcome home.
Okay, let's enter.
Perhaps you'd like someone new today, Frank. How about Miss Trixie or Joni?
He's evidently a regular here.
Forget the sheriff. I'm sure it was simply bluster and bloviation.
Dunwich pear, the only taste that truly satisfies. Is there actually something to do here, or is it just
Just tell me what you've learned.
Okay, maybe we'll be coming back here later. Doesn't seem to be anything interesting going on here at the moment. And that, I guess...
Frank, darling, I'm flattered, but you know I'm out of the game.
That, I guess, sort of completes what's likely to be interesting while wearing this dress.
No, no! Was that your luggage again? I don't understand. We just got it back in order.
Yeah, he evidently cleaned up our luggage.
A pox on the crew.
Okay, fine. Change your clothes. We'll talk afterwards. And I thought I was the vain one.
Can I actually change? No, I can't change clothes here.
A pox on the crew.
So, can we go back to the boat, or can't we go back to the boat?
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have
Ah,
my
okay, so he
head.
threw our luggage into the ocean.
How am I gonna fish him out? Anyone got a net?
Okay, what are we supposed to do then?
A pox on the crew.
Who is the Julius Caesar? Okay, so we are going to do this one then. So, Blake, plaque with philanthropists. Making house. Okay, so this is someone we have. Then I guess we are missing some information. At least we have 2 of these. Who is the jeweler? A meeting the sheriff. Still too early. They're supposed to...
Okay, fine. Change your clothes. We'll talk afterwards.
Oh,
And I
bollocks,
thought
now
I
our
was the vain
clothes
one.
are in the bloomin' water.
It was like the luggage had legs of its own. Oh, Mr. Pratchett will have my head.
I ain't sure what you did to the sheriff, but it must have been something real hairy to have him chuck your luggage off the pier.
With respect, miss, have we met before?
If you were the real Frank Barnaby, yeah, we would have. But where are my manners? I'm Lucy. And you are?
John, I didn't mean to be rude. I've just had a difficult day, miss.
Well, it's barely noon. And you've already made an enemy in Sheriff Grubb. The man starves his gators just in case someone crosses him. John who?
Watson.
Well, Johnny, if you plan on sticking around, you better change that suit, or Frank's reputation will catch up with you. And then you'll be a John Doe.
Alas, I think one of those gators is currently devouring my spare clothes.
You've got yourself in a fine pickle. All right, come on board the Nymph of Louisiana, and I'll sort you something to wear.
The nymph? Is that what it sounds like? Why are you helping me?
Well, let's just say you ain't the only one who's had run-ins with the sheriff. Way I see it, this city deserves better. Now quit your stalling and head on over to the Nymph. I'll be in room 6.
This Mr. Barnaby is proving rather useful. Perhaps you're not so different after all.
One more word, Holmes, and I'll hand you over to the sheriff.
Sorry, was that John talking or Frank?
Oh, go annoy someone else while I visit the nymph.
Okay, fine. Change your clothes. We'll talk afterwards. And I thought I was the vain one.
That explains what we are supposed to do here. All of this, is it paint or is it supposed to be flower petals or something? Ah, okay, it's from these plants here then. Yes. Not exactly cherry blossom falling from a tree, but still.
Well, look at you. All dressed up with nowhere to go.
I can't thank you enough. As I was saying, our journey has hardly gone to plan. We seem no closer to finding our missing people than when we left.
Well, if there were anything to know, Champagne'll know it. She's across everything in New Orleans. Look for her in the fisherman's village behind the Creole Quarter.
Thank you again, Lucy. I shall make my way there now.
Good luck, Johnny. Keep out of trouble.
Okay, now still can't change clothes.
I knew the clothes would fit, but I didn't know how well they'd suit. You know the number of men who come in here desperate to save me, as if I weren't perfectly happy already?
Yeah, let's walk on down. Let's see if we can find this person that we're told about. Lucy's help. A young woman named Lucy decided to help. She said to look for her on the boat Nymph of Louisiana, room 6. She would prepare a suit to replace Barnaby's smelly clothes. Lucy said that a local woman called Champagne knows everything and that she can help us. Champagne lives and works in the fisherman quarters behind the Creole Quarter. And we can tag this one.
So it seems you're after Lucy. She's in room 6, as you well know.
And,
Oh, forgive me, Watson. The difference is plain as day. What a remarkable transformation from Barnaby.
If we're critiquing wardrobes, Holmes, maybe you can explain why you used to roll just one sleeve up. Did you get bored halfway through?
Okay, we are back as Sherlock. Now let's test how this mechanism with asking people works. Let's try this person. He's quite remote from where we're going, so wouldn't seem strange if we didn't know. But if it's as simple as the first person we ask and replying, then we should be get answer also from this person. So let's see what happens.
Help me, please.
I'm so sorry. I can't be about.
Okay. And was that just random, or did we get the same response for this person?
Do you know anything about this?
I've heard about that. Let me tell you.
Okay. People had said that Champagne lives in the fisherman's quarter in a hut on a boat. She owns 2 dogs. So there was a boat there, wasn't there? So then we know more or less where we're going. And we were able to get an answer to our question fairly early, which, if nothing else, makes the use of that mechanic a lot easier than it would otherwise. When we were at the port of London, we spent a lot of time just walking around asking people, and that was evidently a waste of time if you had known exactly how that game mechanism worked. We could have sort of saved ourselves a lot of bother. Well, at least we know now. So then we have to find this this Champagne person, and we still haven't done anything with this list of philanthropists, have we? Okay. So perhaps our next conversation with this Champagne person will be enough for us to complete this thingy here. Who is the jeweler selling A? Abelard Brothers Flour Mill. We have examined, searched all over this area, so we can just walk briskly in the wanted direction. And yes, okay, as I seem to recall, that looks like a boat, so I think that's where we're going.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
What's this then?
Are you all right, sir?
It'll come again. I will die.
What happened?
The lower of death came to me last night. I know it will come again.
Let's start from the beginning. My name is Sherlock Holmes. Could you describe last night's events for me?
I'm Cole Seabrook. It was my mom, Brigitte. She came to me in the shape of a giant black rooster. Before that, some hit the wall outside. Then she came in. She took my will and she led me to the water.
Perhaps you were dreaming?
I wish I was. The Great Gator was there. It called me and I couldn't resist, but then the spell broke and I managed to crawl ashore.
Interesting.
I know how it sounds to an outsider, but it was the lower of death and it ain't finished with me.
So, let's go from this one.
Did you feel anything apart from fear last night?
Yeah. The signs of Mamon's presence, no doubt about it. Everything became blurry, and my mouth was dry, and the light became very bright.
That is something. You mentioned a lower. What is that exactly?
You outsiders only know one God. But there are many, and we call them lowers. And Maman Brigitte is one of them. She is the lower of death and life. She heals the righteous and punishes the guilty.
Interesting. So, how do they treat this in this game? Is there supposed to be sort of different name for these outer guards, or something entirely different? So this is something I can pin. Cole Seabrook's testimony. A man named Cole Seabrook claims that he was visited by the Lair of Death in the form of a black rooster. First he heard a noise as something hit the house. Then the giant black rooster came in and controlled Cole's will. Being unable to resist, he was brought outside. He walked to the pond where he met an alligator who compelled him to enter the water where he almost drowned. Something weakened the spell and he was able to get ashore. Cole's symptoms were blurred vision, dry mouth, and photophobia. Okay. Interesting.
We have a feathered friend in the case.
Yeah, some more details.
The poor bird crashed against Cole's house.
That's the sound he heard, presumably.
The damage is recent.
Something else, perhaps?
A feather. Not black, however.
Did you really expect to find the feather of rock here?
Ah, we can enter the house also.
He dropped a cup here.
Okay, so we can do some recreation in this location. Recipe: mix in equal proportions, goldenrod, strawberry leaves, jasmine flowers. So he has evidently been doing something peculiar here.
It smells sweet. This one is almost odorless. Interesting. I will take it just in case.
I would love to learn more about these.
Cold ground herbs here.
The properties of some herbs are truly amazing, Holmes.
And some are extremely dangerous.
So this is one node. There are the others.
We have a feathered friend in the case.
Interesting.
Sir?
Your boat is wrecked. What happened?
Well, I stumbled over a cypress root.
You'd need some force to cause that damage.
Yeah. And to be really down on your luck.
So... still just one of those. Is it searching a little bit in this area after all?
At least the weather is on our side.
We have a feathered friend in the case.
Presumably there will be something in this part of the water, since that's where the tracks led. Oh, what was that? Can't say that I see anything else.
Oh, amen.
Yeah, I guess we'll go into the boat then and see what we can find out from this person living here. Still just one node.
Tocqueville? Lafayette! Hush now. No offense, Cher. Them two don't take kindly to gents. Especially foreigners. How can champagne help you? Trip to the bayou? Feeding a huge crocodile?
Some other time, perhaps. Word has it, you know everything that goes on round these parts.
Maybe. Maybe not. What you want to know?
The bank in town recently purchased a valuable collection of gemstones from a wealthy man. What do you know of it?
Cher. I hear everything. This time I tell you for free. Next time, you pay.
Thank you.
May have been 1, 2 weeks ago. Rich man's butler sold him some black opals.
And this rich man is?
Don't know his name, only that he from the French Quarter. Folk back in town could take you there. That's all I know. You need a boat? I hire 'em out for dollars. Or a bottle of you-know-what.
Thank you for the offer and the help.
Okay, so I guess that more or less confirms the identity of this person that provided the jewels, so or the opals. There was let's see now. Okay, so the French Quarter, and we have an R Carter, so it's probably this person then. Then we have this one. Let's try to ask about.
Careful. Nolans may look welcoming, but not every smile is friendly. You can look at my dogs, but don't touch them.
Yeah. Is there something else here? No. Then I guess we will do a little bit of asking. This seems to be something relevant here, but I'm not quite sure why or what.
Hopefully we won't stumble upon the sheriff.
See if we can't ask these people then.
Very good.
Is this familiar to you?
Sorry, mister, I can't help you. Ask someone else.
Excuse me, just one question.
Doesn't remind me of anything. Someone else might help you better, sir.
This one.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I've heard about that. Let me tell you.
Cole Seabrook's testimony. Cole's neighbors saw him that night when he left the house. They thought he was drunk. Cole was alone. No spirits were observed. Interesting. Can we perhaps do this one now? So it's probably this one or this one. Seems possible. Okay, try this one. A for Arneson. Most likely the jewel seller who stands behind the A in the telegram is from the Edelweiss Institute is E. Arneson from the French Court. Okay, so we used... This was the A. Okay, so I didn't identify him correctly. Let's have a look at this list again. French Quarter, so Okay, if this is Mr. A, then that means he's the he's not the main person, but the number 2, the butler or whatever. Is there something more we can determine here? Let's see. A for Arneson. Okay, we can ask about him.
Perhaps when this is over, we can try the Louisiana cuisine.
Yeah, there should be something here. So this is one alternative. This is one alternative. He loses his cup. He loses his cup in both of these. I guess we will need some more information to correctly identify that one. And we walk into the water. Will he drown again? Okay, so he doesn't like to be in the water. No, okay, let's try that other pair. See if we can talk to the person there. And there's again this indication of there being something of relevance here.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes? It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes? It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
Perhaps we need some more information to be able to piece together what happened. And I guess this could be a sort of side quest for this area. Doesn't seem to be related to the main quest here. There was a person over here, I think. No. Can't we reach him? Voodoo Samedi. So there's something strange going on here. Yeah.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
Yeah, somewhere we can go. Let's wait a little bit. That one. Okay, so should be something here, but I can't see anything.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
There's a pier where there's somebody sitting over there, but I think that's not somewhere we can enter. Let's go here. Okay, so seems to be something here.
It's quite hot here, isn't it, Holmes?
But there's nothing that's showing up. Okay, is there something we can do with this, these things? The recipe: mix in equal portions goldenrod, strawberry leaves, jasmine flowers. So are you supposed to do something with this then? Fairly small areas, there can't be that much to find.
A feather. Not black, however. A feather. Not black, however.
Nothing here.
There are too many imprints here. It's hard to say where he did or didn't go.
Okay, so here's something I haven't looked at.
Supper leftovers. It's not a simple tea. A herbal concoction, rather.
Black tea seems not to be very popular here.
Do we have anything? Now we certainly have lots of nodes that we can operate on. So let's look at this one.
More boot prints here.
Okay. Alligator. Simply sitting here. Yeah, it seems like it's more likely that he had a little bit too much of this strange herbal tea to drink. So do you have any evidence of there being chicken anything here? No? So let's assume he sits here. He is here. He walks here and he sits here. So this is one alternative. Other alternative would be the sort of the more supernatural one. Let's go with the non-supernatural one, since it seems like he simply had a little bit too much of some kind of strange herbal tea.
Cole was having dinner. He was alone. The herbal decoction started to affect him. He became dizzy and dropped the cup. Hallucinations and stimulation brought him outside. He could have drowned if not for the sobering effects of the cold water.
Okay, that seemed most likely. Last night, Cole was alone in his house. Suddenly he developed symptoms of insanity, and his confused mind created hallucinations of spirits who confronted him. While stumbling around, Cole almost drowned in a nearby pond, but the cold water sobered him up, saving him from an untimely death. Okay, so that's that one looks finished. Then we have this one. Can we find A for Arneson? Let's try to ask around a little bit. He didn't want to talk to us. Perhaps this fellow over here. No. So this one, he's not doing anything, so he could help us. No. This person here, perhaps he can help us. Hello there, excuse me. Could you help us? No. What about these two then? No. Or did we have it pinned? No, we didn't. Now we have it pinned.
Are you able to help me?
I've heard about that. Let me tell you.
Passerby suggests using a cab near the Harbour Master building to travel to the French Quarter. Okay, so so we actually weren't in the French Quarter. This was the Creole Quarter or something. So then I guess we're finished with this area. We have been to the auction. We have done 2 side quests, one with the man with the chicken, and we have collected the posters. So I don't think there's anything else left to do here. We could perhaps see what if Sherlock Holmes can get any amusing comments from any of the workers at this what should I call it? House of ill repute. Now change to Sherlock Holmes, so let's try to walk in there and then go to where the cab is. There's some things going on in this game in the background. Boats are moving, so it's not entirely static.
Where you at, gentlemen? Here to enjoy yourselves?
Let's try to...
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
It isn't possible for me to help you. I'm sorry.
Don't need that one anymore. Let's move it. Let's see if there's any comments to be had. No. This lady's still up here. No, she's not. Okay, well, I guess that that concludes our visit to the New Orleans harbor area. So we will go to the cab, but But still, I think perhaps we have arrived at a suitable place to end this this episode of Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened, and we have managed to progress. I think we actually managed to complete this area. We have. I don't think we will be coming back, so we have actually completed one more location. So this seems like a good place to end it.
It's quite hot
yes, it
here,
is.
isn't it?
So hopefully it'll be cooler inside the camp or in the French Quarter or whatever we're going. So okay, so let's say that that was it for this time, and goodbye and goodbye.